ready to rumble. They like, how you so cool, how you so fly, how you so fresh, you ain't even gotta try. Y'all pump faking, I ain't even gotta lie. Mission, hit 'em with the hits, game winner switch in.
Tonight, our ISC Sports Network cameras venture a little further south than they're used to, though courtesy of Southern Indiana FC. We're in this neighborhood on a bit more of a regular basis, but we are back home for a fifth time since 2019. Our cameras are in the building for Lanesville High School basketball, but for the first time since 2019, our announcers are in the building as well. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier, welcome to my hometown, which is much better known now as the two-time defending 1A girls basketball state champs in the Lanesville Eagles. Tonight's game presented by First Harrison Bank. Keep it easy, keep it local, member FDIC. By Beckman Lawn Care, proudly serving Harrison and Floyd counties. By Blocker Concrete, your local flat work specialist. By Countryside Insurance, serving Southern Indiana for 49 years. By Gunther's Chop Shop, weddings, parties, anniversaries, and more. By Cochran Insurance, locally owned since 1961. By Mainstream Fiber, visit msfiber.net and get the internet you deserve. And by PSC Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Again, alongside Jan Bozier, Greg Rakestraw, and on behalf of all of us Lanesvillians, Jan, welcome to Harrison County.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is an honor. We've been talking about this for a long time, and get to spend some time with your mom, your class, your school. It's quite the honor, it really is.
Well, again, I have been so fortunate to be from here, and athletics have kept me connected. And wonderfully, the good people at ISC have been very gracious in saying, you know what, you want to come down and do a game or so, let's do it. And frankly, the team has been very gracious and being really good, so it makes it easy to be able to do that. It's the fourth straight we've had a girls basketball game, and again, now the back-to-back 1A champs playing in 2A for the first time. Jan, this is a potential semi-state foe. Lanesville is the favorite in the Crawford County sectional coming up next week. Kind of Perry Central and North Posey in their sectional at Forest Park are thinking about ending sectional droughts. But as we get to the kind of game in total for these two teams, it's about just fine-tuning things before postseason play starts next week.
Yeah, one of them is this is their final tune-up. The other one will get one more shot at it. But listen, this is a pretty good game. Both teams are a little bit alike from the perspective is very good defensively.
Lanesville 15-3 on the season now. And a very unique circumstance on Saturday. They finished a game that was started on December the 12th. It became the longest game in the history of Indiana high school basketball. There was a malfunction between scoreboard and scorebook. Back in December, scoreboard read 30-29, scorebook read 30-30. Lanesville and Bourne agreed to get back together, finish the overtime. Bourne won that one. First conference loss for Lanesville in 7 years. Bourne will be the Southern Athletic Conference champion. So Lanesville played on Saturday, but played all of 4 minutes. Now, the emotional thing for Lanesville tonight, even though they've got one more home game at Scottsburg on Friday night, it is senior night.
Yes.
And for three seniors, Shelby Allen, Hadley Crozier, Hilton Brumley, again, they've been part of state championship teams. Really cool ceremony happened before tonight's contest.
I got to tell you, I've been doing this like you for a long time, and I've never seen one of the neater senior nights. They even honored Perry Central seniors, had flowers, had everything, had the girls talk. It was emotional. That was one of the coolest moments I've seen in a long time.
Let's get to your keys to the game, Jan. What do you focus on tonight?
Well, I talked about defense. Number 13 ranked defense in the state is your Lanesville. They do it hard. They play very physical. But listen, this Perry Meridian, or Perry Central, I should say, only gives up a little bit more in 37. So defense seriously is going to be the key. In that, if you can find any offensive boards, that's going to be a plus. Clearly, it's going to be a slower paced game. Shot selection always comes into play when it's a slower paced game.
That is a Lanesville team averaging 51 points a game, but again, allowing just 31. The offensive numbers don't wow you for Lanesville, but here are the numbers that do wow you for Lanesville. What Angie Hinton has done in this run of success. Lanesville is looking for a 7th consecutive sectional title, and in Angie's tenure at Lanesville, she is 160-23.
That's an amazing stat. She just does it the right way. Coming off 2 state championships, man, you build a culture, then everybody wants a piece of it.
It is a very short list of state or coaches in this state that have won more girls basketball championships than Angie. 2 with Lanesville and 1 back in New Albany. Her overall coaching record, 341-98, as the Crowd starts to rise as the playing of the national anthem is imminent. We will step away. We'll come back with the starting lineups and opening tip-off. Perry Central and Lanesville. It's yours next on the ISC Sports Network. Fiber internet gives you the power to connect like never before. It's more than just fast speeds. It's the gateway to economic growth, education, and thriving communities. With PSC Fiber, you can stream, work, learn, and connect seamlessly. Say goodbye to buffering and hello to reliability. We bring fast, affordable, and dependable internet to rural areas, empowering you to do more. Discover the power to connect. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness. Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com. You know, if I had known the national anthem was going to be like a bass solo performed by a young man in the pep band, I would have kept it here. I told you this off the air. Man, the band has stepped up a little bit. They're getting around here.
You have brought it all for me tonight, man. That was awesome.
We got some musicians
in
Harrison County. Get to the starting lineups for the visitors from Perry Central. Again, 12-7. They're looking for their first sectional title next week since 2001. The lineup for head coach Sean Schaefer's team. Again, Riley Parr, Mason Labhart, who is the Commodores' leading scorer on the season at 14 points a game. Bryn Yeager, just under 10 points a contest. Taya Mullis, 11 points a game. Selena Peter rounds out the starting five. Now, Lanesville went to Leopold and won handily 54-21, and again last year. And given how good the Eagles have been for the last 5 or 6 years, believe me, Jan, they get everybody's attention. Perry knows they need to be locked in terms of tonight's contest.
Yeah, this is a pretty young Perry Central ball club, too. You talked about Labhart. She's only a sophomore and their leading scorer. They only have 2 other seniors.
Time for the lights to go down here in the building that will soon be known as the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Complex. That does not become official until the end of February. And because the 3 seniors are so talented, no need for a change in the starting lineup tonight for the Lady Eagles. Hadley Crozier going to play at Maryville of Missouri. And again, she who tore her ACL in last year's state championship game did not miss a game this season. 15.5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals this season. Shelby Allen will play at Oakland City next year. 13 points, 8 rebounds a game. Hilton Brumley is the other senior, 5'7". She is lucky not to play basketball next season. She's going to Western Kentucky. She'll study nursing. 13 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. The underclassmen that round out the starting five, Madeline Magner and Libby Sayre, who both average about 4 points a game. Jan, final thoughts before this one goes live.
I got to tell you, I was there when Crozier went down. It had to be one of the saddest things I've ever seen. And to see her rehab, back being the leading scorer, comebacks as senior is one of the coolest things I've seen.
Well, again, Lanesville is blessed to have a gentleman like Vince Stilger here as the head athletic trainer. Vince, formerly the head athletic trainer at the University of West Virginia. He is a Lanesville product, and he has done some wonderful work with both Shelby and Hadley over the years. Thanks for joining us for this special presentation on the ISC Sports Network. Commodores on the attack. Get an early look that Allen helps to close down, but Commodores on the rebound. And now Allen will track down the loose ball.
Well, they got the shot they wanted. You got to hit those.
Crozier will look to push the tempo. Allen, and if she catches there, rack it up. 2 for Shelby Allen.
Well, the Allen gets that deep, and that's 2. And that's where they're really going to try to infiltrate, is down there low.
And think back to each of the last 2 state championship games. Allen has been a major force for Lanesville.
She draws so much attention quickly.
On the low block, shot is missed. And again, Allen is a presence. People are kind of looking for her on the low block. Crozier able to maintain her balance and avoid the turnover. And Allen, not an outside threat. She will quickly get to the low block and start to camp out. Crozier fires a three and swishes it home.
How about a three for senior night? They don't hit a lot of them, Greg. But I think if they can find some of those, that just helps their offense.
And immediately a timeout going to be taken by Perry Central, a 30-second timeout. This 30-second timeout presented by Blocker Concrete, your local flat work specialist. Call Mike today at 502-333-5233 or email blockerconcrete@gmail.com. We have 8 wonderful sponsors that are bringing you tonight's game. There is one sponsor that's done this all 5 years we have done this. That's my classmate, Mike. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, buddy, more than you know. So, solid start for Lanesville. And, Jan, you talked about it. Lanesville shooting 27% from three-point range. They are making less than 4 threes a game. They have won because of their defense, but the offense looks pretty good so far.
And I think as they progress in the tournament, Greg, that three-point shot may come into play some more. So in a game like tonight where it really mimics a good tournament-type game, it's a good time to get comfortable, a little more comfortable with the three.
And you touched on this. This is the last game for Perry until next week. Lanesville will play Scottsburg coming up on Friday. Then they will play Salem in the sectional opener. Top of the key three does not go. Fight for the loose ball. Lanesville tracks it down. That is Sayre that saves it inbound to Allen.
Sayre did a good job not to foul, Greg.
Probably the best shooter likely of the group from outside. But again, Allen from there is money. Get any points from Magner or Sayre are really kind of bonus points for Lanesville. A little 1-2-2 zone look here for the Eagles with Crozier using that speed, even with that knee brace on, trying to force the issue defensively.
Well, this is that defense that we talked about. They just make it so difficult to find a little opening.
Now, this is what they have hung their hat on to win a pair of state championships at the 1A level. A long 2 does not go, and Crozier able to track down the rebound.
Well, the defense wins that battle. They got the shot from Perry Central they wanted them to take.
Camping in the corner, waiting for 3. That does not go. Allen rebound, no. Trying to tip that ball, just could not track it down. So first empty trip in the last 4 for the Eagles. Lanesville last week held a conference foe in Crothersville to 6 points. It's reminiscent of what they have done over this last 6 to 7 year stretch of dominance. Tie up there, jump ball. And the arrow points to Lanesville, a Perry Central turnover.
What I like so much about this defense is they're always helping. That while it's a zone, kind of man-to-man, they kind of play almost a hybrid, but they really get good help side all the time.
And Crozier, the unquestioned floor general of the team. She will control most of the pacing offensively. Rumley the shooter, Crozier the facilitator. Allen will do the hefty living in the low block. Crozier on cue, off the window, score it. Hadley Crozier, her second field goal, 9-0 lead for the Lady Eagles.
Well, that's where that senior leadership comes in, to know when to do things, and she's that girl.
And she is still a potential Indiana All-Star, is Hadley. She was named as an honorary member of the junior team a season ago, obviously because of that knee injury. Could not play in any of the games. On the low block, shot missed. Brumley helps to break it up, but the ball saved, and then a foul going to be called against Lanesville. First one whistled against the Eagles.
Well, the Commodores got to finish those. They've had 3 or 4 good looks down, but they're pushing it just a little bit. Gather yourself, go up strong. At a minimum, you might get fouled, Greg. They're almost rushing those shots right at the rim.
A.J. James will check in, a 5'8 junior. Really, it's James and then Simler, and that's about it off the bench for Lanesville. They will not go much deeper as long as this is a competitive game. Catch and shoot 3 in the corner, misses everything. And that is Libby Sayre with the rebound. And Crozier will simply try to beat the other team down the floor. Turning down a 3 is James, who just checked in. Sayre will fire. Crozier tips to Allen. I'm not sure if Hadley gets an assist for that, but it works just the same. Make it 11-0 Lanesville.
Well, Crozier's just been everywhere. You're exactly right, Greg. She tipped it, and that saved a possession and got a bucket.
And another timeout taken by Perry. Today's game is brought to us by TM Beckman Lawn Care, proudly serving Harrison and Floyd counties. Call and you need them at 812-736-1241 or email beckmanlawncare@gmail.com. And honestly, in terms of kind of the offensive end for Perry, I think so much of it is kind of the playing of Lanesville in the past reputation. You almost get like the players like looking for shadows to see when's the next player coming their direction.
Yeah, this is tough. It's an emotional game. They knew it was going to be tough on the home floor of the Eagles. And so far, the Eagles are playing really good. But to Perry's credit, they've gotten some decent looks. I think they just got to be careful about pushing too hard.
And the Commodores come in at 12-7 on the season. North Posey in their sectional has the most wins with 14. Perry has lost 3 of their last 4. Lone win was Springs Valley last week by 11.
I'll tell you what's impressive, though, is how far they have come from last year, 5-17, and 12 wins this year.
And with largely a young team. That's a long 2 that does not go, and Allen owns the glass for Lanesville.
Well, she's doing a great job keeping her hands straight up. You shouldn't get it over the back if you're straight up, and she does that.
Well, she has been so well coached by the Hinton family. Touched on that as part of her senior night address. Allen, a rare jump shot that does not go. Touch last by Lanesville.
I like the shot, though, Greg. That was not a bad shot at all. She's going to have to take some of those.
And I was going to say, if not for Lanesville, she will at Oakland City next year. Going to play for Fakara Hawkins. Oakland City has done a really good job of making that transition to the NAIA full time. We saw them against Marion earlier this year. They're looking for their first points. Crows are able to rotate back in time to shut down Riley Parr. Again, just 3 seniors or juniors on the Perry roster. It is largely freshmen and sophomores. On the pull. That does not go.
Oh, my. Great shot. Just didn't fall. Much better patience that time.
Sometimes the rim plays good defense, too.
It does. That was much better patience. You have to like the shot selection.
First Lanesville turnover leads an open look at the other end, and the basket finally goes for Perry Central.
Well, let's see if that gets Perry Central going.
That is Bryn Yeager that got the shot to go. Yeager, one of the top 3 scorers for the Commodores this season. So 11-2. And Brumley has yet to score for Lanesville. It's all Crozier and Allen so far. Allen Crozier in the lane, and when she doesn't make it, Shelby then tries to get a look, but can't get that to go. A couple of stops strung together in a row here for the Commodores. Good inside out by Perry Central. But Lanesville quick to close down on the wings. Pull-up is good.
Couple back-to-back now by Perry Central. And I'll tell you, the reason for that is patience. They worked their offense, made Lanesville play a little defense.
And that is Mason Labhart again, leading scorer at 14 points a game. So Perry Central now starting to find their footing as we approach the end of quarter number 1. Brumley hasn't forced her shot just yet. Crozier lines one up.
Yes, sir.
Buries it.
Couple for her out there, Greg.
Playing some inspired basketball on this official senior night. She's got 8. In Maryville, for those that don't know, Division II, Great Lakes Valley Conference. On the drive, Allen. So Allen picks up the foul. And Jan, sometimes, as you well know, you are sometimes guilty of a foul for being the biggest player on the floor, and I think that might have been the case in that instance.
There is so much truth to that comment. I've lived that one. Yeah, here's what happens. He got the angle, and because she was close, kind of felt like there was somebody there.
And for those of you that the ball is a truth teller department, State's Exhibit A. Want to thank our friends at Countryside Insurance Agents, along with Lanesville graduate Susan Wathen. Proudly supports the Lady Eagle. Serving Southern Indiana for 49 years, they offer auto, home, business, and life insurance. We're voted best insurance agency and agent for the last 4 years. Call Countryside Insurance at 812-945-9123. Say how a local experienced agency can protect your most valuable asset.
Greg, let's see how Lanesville handles the press. Kind of a token, see if they can get something quick. Didn't happen.
So 1 for 2 on the trip to the free throw line by Perry. Back to a 9-point game. Magner back in for the Eagles. Sayre going to take a breather.
You can tell the senior leadership out of Crozier. Running the offense out there verbally and with her ball handling.
Can you rotate that ball to get to Brumley a look from three-point range? She'll drive and dish and create. Right idea, just couldn't complete the entry pass, and a second Lanesville turnover. Lanesville averaging 13 of those per game this year, and that number is up from last season. Lanesville graduated 4 key seniors from their 7-player rotation a year ago. And Crozier's so good at picking pockets out top. Just couldn't get her hands on that one. See if Perry might want to hold for one here.
I would. Take your points, settle down.
You're also going to turn down that shot.
Absolutely. See, they've had patience the last 3 possessions, Greg, and it's really came into play.
Selena Peter gets the basket. 7-point lead. Good trap here by Perry. Crozier splits right through it, gets bumped. Won't get the basket, but she will get 2 free throws. Will Hadley.
Crozier was going to make sure they got a shot off here and got the foul.
Well, because the sign is in front of us, I think we can say we're broadcasting from the Gunther's Chop Shop broadcast booth. Serving Southern Indiana for over a decade, Gunther specializes in barbecue and pork chop sandwiches, but can handle a wide variety of catering for all your event needs. Gunther's Chop Shop is both a proud supporter of the Lanesville Eagles and South Central Rebels. Call today at 502-909-4477. Crozier, good form on that free throw, and got that one to go as well. You would not believe, given the results of those 2 shots, she's shooting 41% from the line this year. Half-court heave, Brumley, good job on the closeout, and that is the end of the quarter. Lanesville scores the first 11. Perry has found their footing, but it's a 9-point Lanesville lead through 1. As you're watching the Lanesville Eagles, presented by First Harrison Bank, here on the ISC Sports Network. Fiber Internet gives you the power to connect like never before. It's more than just fast speeds. It's the gateway to economic growth, education, and thriving communities. With PSC Fiber, you can stream, work, learn, and connect seamlessly. Say goodbye to buffering and hello to reliability. We bring fast, affordable, and dependable internet to rural areas, empowering you to do more. Discover the power to connect. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net. Thanks to our friends at Cochran Insurance. They've got locations, 3 of them in Southern Indiana, to serve you in Cordon, New Albany, and literally you can see their location from the high school here in Lanesville. Cochran covers all your insurance needs, such as home, auto, business, and life insurance. Call Jason Simler at Cochran. You need him at 812-952-2514. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Cannot thank Jordan Shue and Jason Porter for the work they are doing and making sure our signal gets to you wherever you may be watching from on this Tuesday night. And thanks to Zach Payne and Paul Hancock for their help in both the athletic and IT departments here at Lanesville High School.
Well, Lanesville gets off to the start that they like to get. They always are that team that comes out and tries to get the quick start. Greg, so far so good for the Eagles.
You're not going to see a lot of substitutions in tonight's game. Both teams are going to stick with their starting 5 as long as they can. Kind of a 6-player rotation for the Eagles. Lanesville given some kind of wing 3 looks. Perry not taking him yet. There's the step through that does not go, but good weak side glass by Perry. Shot was blocked by Lanesville. It'll be out of bounds, the Commodores.
Parr with a good offensive rebound. Talked about that in the keys. That's one of the first ones that Perry Central's been able to grab. They've got to crash the boards here. They're going to stay close. They've really got to overemphasize rebounding, Greg.
Lanesville content to give up that pass outside of the 3-point line. Shot in the lane is not going again. Allen will own the paint in tonight's game.
Yeah, we talked about shot selection. That's what you want, a good cut to the paint. Just wasn't able to connect.
And Magner bumped. So foul called against the Commodores, first of the quarter. Both teams have taken just 2 free throws so far in tonight's game. That one goes against Labhart. Catch and shoot from 16 for Crozier. Fittingly, she is having a night.
Yes, really, you can just tell by her body, this is something special. You know, especially with her situation. Senior night, she's brought her A game. I love it.
Her mom played for Angie at New Albany. Dad Lanesville High School graduate back in the mid-90s.
I'll tell you what's amazing is how well she's moving, Greg, on that leg. She is moving so well.
Brumley got her hand to it and touch last. Thought it might have been a kickball, but deemed it was her arm that hit it first. And a Perry Central turnover. It's frankly not been a high turnover game for either team. Lanesville's 11-point lead matches their largest of the game. Brumley lines it up and knocks it home, and the big three have all scored now for the Eagles.
Well, once again, Crozier gets dribble penetration. Defense goes with her. She kicks it out.
Brumley averaging 13 points a game. Again, Allen, Crozier, Brumley, all between 13 and 16 points a contest.
Crozier's got to have at least 3 or 4 assists already.
They frankly score 41 of Lanesville's 51 on a nightly basis. Good drive to the basket. That is Labhart that gets her second field goal. Little token pressure here. I'm not sure you want to speed Lanesville up. Good spacing by the Eagles. Yep, gonna be steps. Yep. Just drug that pivot foot. Third Lanesville giveaway.
Coach Hinton says slow down a little bit. Play within yourself.
We mentioned Lanesville losing to Borden. Their other 2 losses at Brownstown Central, last year's 2A runner-up. And then Wrights, as in 4A Wrights in Evansville. That was the 3rd game of the season, part of a tournament down in Southridge. Lanesville beat Castle in the morning game, another 4A team from Evansville, and there is no doubt that is a kicked ball by Miss Crozier. Looking over to the left of our broadcast location, you see both state championship teams in the last 2 seasons, and Hadley's Indiana Junior All-Stars jersey framed right underneath of it.
That has to give you some thrills out there. And look at those 2 pictures, Greg. That is awesome.
I use that line from Norman Dale. It's kind of like me and you going to the moon, thinking about that back in the day. That ball again was off the upper leg, not necessarily a kick ball against Lanesville. Perry tracks it down regardless. Labhart the step through.
Step. Yep, that's a good call. She walked through, got her pivot foot set, then walked again. Can't do that. That's a turnover. I think Perry Central has settled down a little bit, but you can't turn the ball over against this Lanesville ball club, or they're going to make you pay.
Well, to Perry's credit, what they've not done is committed live ball turnovers. They've not given Lanesville easy points on the break. Great lead, good recovery defense, and Shelby Allen says up. I'm the tallest player on the floor, throw it up. That was Yeager that did a good job of getting her hands in the way for Perry.
Perry Central's playing double team down low. They know they can't afford just to hand to Lanesville those right at the rim buckets.
Brumley, catch and shoot 3, no. But good job to track that down by the Eagles.
Greg, they're saying you're going to beat us. It's going to be from right here.
Brumley again missed that one, but again, she has free reign on those. She made her first, missed her last 2. Soft spot against the zone, shot missed, and Allen may be having a double-double by the time we get to halftime at this juncture. Crozier already a double figure in points on the drive. Runner is good. Crozier with 14. Coach Schaefer asking for an offensive foul. I would say if there's a foul, there's probably a block more than anything else that the officials let him play on. Crozier's 14 is the exact margin of the lead for the Eagles, and then Brumley ties up the Perry player, and it will be a turnover, unofficially 4th of the half. As Libby Sayer now will check back in, and Magner will have a seat. And frankly, you will see Magner, Sayer, and James all kind of rotate in terms of breaks. And I would say Crozier, Allen, and Brumley will take breaks as needed, or better said, if needed.
At the quarter at halftime.
And not just because it's senior night, because it's a day that ends in Y.
That's right. Well, by now, this is the rotation she has created. I think they're pretty comfortable. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Again, this was the question mark coming in, is that line drive 3 misses. You had 3 players that had significant varsity experience back.
Pass.
The pass is good, and the layup is as well. That's Selena Peter gets her second bucket of the game.
Really great pass, and finally Perry Central, Greg, gets something out of transition.
The question for Lanesville was, what would you get out of spots 4 and 5? Because it was just such an unknown. Well, it's been enough to pick up 15 wins. and be ranked number 8 in the 2A polls as of last week.
Crossover.
Crozier fouled on the floor. Just the second whistle against the Commodores of the quarter.
Crozier's got a really interesting crossover. She kind of gives you a little head fake to the left, then she takes it back to her right, and that little fake to the left, Greg, is enough to freeze the defense.
So Labhart picks up her second foul. A.J. James will have a seat.
Tough pass.
Fourth Lanesville turnover. Good job to avoid the pressure. Left-hand layup, though, missed it. Missed opportunity.
Perry Central needed that when they got a great look, couldn't cash in.
Magner fires a 3 and misses. Allen, good job to collect her balance.
Oh, my.
Missed it, a rare one, and a foul against Lanesville.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Perry Central gets inside position. Just didn't fall that time. One of the few times where Allen just didn't get it to fall.
That's one you can live with right there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to happen. Perry Central, Greg, needs to get this thing as much as they can under 10 before halftime.
2-3 zone really kind of pressuring shooters at the edge of the three-point arc here by Lanesville. Perry's found some openings kind of in the middle of that Lanesville zone, as they do here. Labhart's shot is good.
And they found that just below the elbow a little bit. They've got multiple shots. That one falls. I like it when they get it there. That's always a good shot in the zone.
Frankly, how Perry is playing is almost how you would break a zone in the old days for a three-point shot. Trying to get to the middle of the floor. Brumley's runner is good.
Tough angle, use the glass to perfection.
So Brumley now with 5. Crozier 14, Allen 6, Brumley 5. That is all of the Lanesville scoring. As their lead bumps back to 12. Here is a wing 3 that does not go.
Offensive rebound, yes sir. There's another offensive rebound. That time they put it in and the and one. Perry Central making a little comeback here, Greg.
Weak side glass for Yeager. And a chance to add to it from the free throw line. Our presenting sponsor for tonight's game is First Harrison Bank. Let First Harrison Bank introduce you to Banking Butler, your ultimate digital banking companion. Whether you're at home or on the go, our Banking Butler makes managing your finances easy. Keep it easy, keep it local. Member FDIC.
Greg, if you're going to compete with Lanesville, I really believe this, you have to challenge them on the boards. You got no shot. Perry Central doing a better job on the boards in this second period.
Magner fires and misses. And the rebound corralled by Perry. So a chance to make it a single-digit deficit with about a minute or so to go before halftime. Good take. The runner left short. Allen did a good job of being 6'2". And then Crozier leaks out ahead of the defense and scores.
Wow, she muscled that one. Little body contact. That's being a senior and playing against physicality for 3 years. You know how to make that one.
So Crozier was 16. And the lead is 12. Good head fake in the lane, just missed the shot. And Allen.
She's got almost a double-double, doesn't she?
Crozier left that one short, but good job by Magner to fight for it. And then a foul against Perry. Third foul, so no free throws coming up, but possession maintained by Lanesville. So the foul goes against Mullis. It will be her second foul. Brumley, open, 3. Does not get the roll. Ball finds its way to Allen. Magner from 15, no. And Perry turns it over. You could hear Coach Schaefer saying hole, and as he did that, the ball went 60 feet the other direction.
Yeah, he wanted to finish the half with a good look and didn't quite get it. Now he's going to a shot at Lanesville, ending the half with a good shot.
For what it's worth, Perry has a foul to give if they choose. Crozier pulls from 15 and got it to go.
Man, she just brought her A game. She looks so comfortable right now.
Trying to go out with a bang on senior night. Again, one more game to play in the regular season, but Lanesville is in postseason form. They lead at 29-15 as we are at halftime. We'll take this quick timeout. Halftime coverage comes your way next as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network. Fiber internet gives you the power to connect like never before. It's more than just fast speeds. It's the gateway to economic growth, education, and thriving communities. With PSC Fiber, you can stream, work, learn, and connect seamlessly. Say goodbye to buffering and hello to reliability. We bring fast, affordable, and dependable internet to rural areas, empowering you to do more. Discover the power to connect. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net. Now, as you see the pictures that I referred to earlier of the state championship teams, you've been seeing commercials for Perry Spencer Communications. They go by PSC Fiber these days. So, yes, this is a very pro-Lanesville broadcast, but I got friends in Perry County,
yes,
too.
You do. You got friends everywhere.
Well, you do those pairing shows long enough, people think they know you. So, thanks to the great folks at PSC Fiber. You can stream, work, learn, and connect seamlessly. Say goodbye to buffering and hello to reliability. Discover the power to connect. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net. PSC Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you again. Thanks to Jordan Shue and Jason Porter, our guys behind the scenes. Jan, your thoughts on half number one?
Well, I thought Perry Central, we talk about shot selection and keys to the game. I thought they had really relatively good shot selection, especially after the first 5 minutes where they kind of pushed it a little bit. When they settled down, Greg, I thought they got good shots, didn't hit a great percentage, though. On the other side, Lanesville, the seniors really feel senior night and are playing their really best ball.
I don't know if Perry took a bad shot. I think Perry, for the most part, I've got him for about 5-6 turnovers. But again, against the way that Lanesville forced them up, Perry took good care of the basketball. So in other words, you coach Schaefer, I think you kind of say, ladies, make those open shots, and you got a chance in this game.
Yeah, and I think, once again, the shot selection was good. You can't turn the ball over. I thought their defense was solid. You hit 2 or 3 of those that kind of went in and out. It's kind of a different ball game. But I think they go into halftime going, guys, we can get back in this thing. We can.
If you are Angie Hinton, how you feeling about your team right now?
I think what she's talking about, she doesn't change anything. They played Lanesville basketball. I think that they just talk about make sure you don't turn it over, be smart with the basketball.
We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with more of our halftime coverage from Lanesville, Indiana, where the two-time defending 1A girls basketball state champs lead Perry Central 29-15. We're back in a moment on ISC. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Special presentation taking place at halftime at Lanesville. Again, they are honoring the James family, who sadly lost a dad and lost 2 sons within the last year due to an automobile accident. And there was a dinner before tonight's game. They are, in the family's honor, they are creating an adopted athlete program here at Lanesville High School. James Campbell doing a bit of reading to the crowd here, talking about the young boys that we lost a year ago.
You know what I feel, and I love this community. I've been looking forward to this, you guys, how close your community is. Everybody's talking to everybody, and we got to go eat with them, and we come in here, there's literally almost no parking lot.
It was a very popular evening, both because of this fantastic girls basketball team, but also the charitable effort that was taking place before the contest as well. And I tell people this, I have now lived far more of my life away from Lanesville than I did live here. But thank goodness I was here for the time that I was. I would tell the joke, in college, we were too small to have cliques in Lanesville. We just kind of got along with everybody. That has frankly served me very well in the now 3 decades that I have called the Indianapolis area home. So that's the reason why it's somewhat quiet, somewhat somber in the background here at Lanesville. I want to thank our friends at Mainstream Fiber. They continue to expand throughout southern Indiana as well as Harrison County. Lanesville, you can now sign up for a direct connection to fast, reliable fiber internet. No slowdowns at peak times. Visit msfiber.net and get the internet you deserve. Again, we will take this quick time out. We'll come back with a look at our first half highlights. Our score at the break, Lanesville 29 and Perry Central 15. We're back in a moment as you're watching on ISC. Fiber internet gives you the power to connect like never before. It's more than just fast speeds. It's the gateway to economic growth, education, and thriving communities. With PSC Fiber, you can stream, work, learn, and connect seamlessly. Say goodbye to buffering and hello to reliability. We bring fast, affordable, and dependable internet to rural areas, empowering you to do more. Discover the power to connect. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net.
And little volley, oh my goodness.
Well, as the highlights fly by, let's give you the scoring for both these teams, dominated by 3 players. For Lanesville, Hadley Crozier with 18 points, Shelby Allen 6, Hilton Brumley with 5. For Perry Central, 6 for Mason Labhart, 4 for Selena Peter, and 4 for Bryn.
They got to find some extra shots. They can't just play. They got to find some extra shots. They can't just play even, obviously, in this second half. So I think they've got to up their pressure. I think they're going to expand a little bit. The problem is
I wouldn't say hidden benefits, but things that kind of catches my attention, knowing this Lanesville squad the way that I do. So much of their offense is often generated by their defense. I don't think that's the case tonight, Jen. I think almost all of these 29 points have really been kind of your half-court offense has generated, and that's for a team that averaged 51 points a game against a 12-win team. That's a great sign for Angie Hitt.
Well, it is. And, of course, when you got Allen and Crozier, you've got dribble penetration, then you've got inside play, so you don't have to depend on so much on either. The seniors understand they've got so much they got to do, and they understand they have to accomplish that. And I thought the seniors really led not only by their scoring, by example, too. I talked earlier about how Crozier was out there leading the offense, verbally and with their hand. That's what coaches want, is for seniors to take leadership roles.
Well, I guess you would think it would be very appropriate on senior night that all points for Lanesville have come from their seniors.
Right.
Their 3 seniors have scored all 29 points. They have a 14-point lead with third quarter action not too far away. We'll take this quick timeout. Third quarter coverage. Sports Network. Fiber internet gives you the power to connect like fast speeds. It's the gateway to thriving communities. With PSC Fiber, you can stream, work, learn, and connect seamlessly. Say goodbye to buffering and hello to reliability. We bring fast, affordable, and dependable internet to rural areas, empowering you to do more. Discover the power to connect. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net.
And little volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.
Our presenting sponsor for tonight's game, the good folks at First Harrison Bank. Let First Harrison Bank introduce you to Banking Butler, your ultimate digital banking companion. Whether you're at home or on the go, our Banking Butler makes managing your finances easy. Keep it easy, keep it local. Member FDIC. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Another busy week on the ISC Sports Network. They're all that way. Tomorrow night we'll be at New Pal as New Pal and Lawrence North square off. New Pal gave LN a heck of a game last year. Again, New Pal now in 3A. LN, one of the better teams in the state. Frankly, New Pal is too, regardless of classification. That game on ISC and My Indy TV 23. Friday night, Jan and I are back together for Ben Davis and Carmel. Jan, it's a Carmel team that is trying to figure out what life is going to be like without Alex Kudo for the remainder of the season.
Well, you hear the old adage, next man up. They've cleared down the bench to get the next man up. Listen, This has been one of those years. You and I have documented that. A lot of teams have had the injury bug hit them. Maybe no so more than Carmel has. You still got to play. And it's at Carmel. Carmel has some type of magic, I've always said, when they play at home.
Yeah, Ben Davis say, listen, we haven't had our best player all year.
That's true. Good point.
And they're 12-4 going in with Indy Met tonight. Again, we'll have that one for you coming up on Friday night. We'll also have Warren Central and North Central, stream only at IHSAASportsNetwork.com, and Fishers and Carmel on Saturday as well. Back to the action here. Like a bit of a 1-3-1 look this time from Lanesville to start half number 2.
I think it's always important to get off to a good start. Certainly if you trail, you want to try to get back in this thing in a hurry if you're Perry Central.
And immediately a turnover forced by Lanesville defensively. It's a bit of a wrinkle from what we saw in half number 1, but frankly, that 1-3-1 has been a big staple of what Lanesville has done defensively under this great run that Angie Hinton has put together at Lanesville. Man-to-man by Perry. It's been pretty sticky the entirety of the game.
I thought they would come out and pressure the guards even further, and that's exactly what Perry Central's doing, Greg.
May see Lanesville burn a timeout to avoid a turnover, but Magner able to find Hadley Crozier. Angie Hinton was walking that way towards the official, knowing she did not take one in half number 1.
You know, the other big obvious for Lanesville is stay out of foul trouble. And I thought all of the seniors have done a really good job of playing hard and not getting any type of foul trouble.
Frankly, playing so much zone as they do helps you on that front.
That's a good point, no question.
But your point is well made. You need your big 3 on the floor for as close to 32 minutes as possible. Good job by Perry, knocked that ball away from Allen. Their post defense has been really solid on Allen tonight. 5th Lanesville turnover, so both teams turned it over to start the half. And
bingo.
There is the first made 3 of the game for Perry Central. That's Labhart that knocks it home.
And I think they understand at times, Greg, they've got to hit that shot. They've got to force Lanesville to not pack it in so much.
30-second timeout taken by Lanesville. This 30-second timeout brought to us by Blocker Concrete, your local flat work specialist. Give Mike a call at 502-333-5233 or email blockerconcrete@gmail.com. The first Lanesville timeout taken. 4 more remaining. Lanesville last year, 29 wins. Only 2009 Ben Davis, which was one of the best high school teams in the history of the state, and 2015 Princeton, that has Jackie Young, that's one of the Olympic gold medalists and plays the WNBA, have had more wins in a single IHSAA girls basketball season than what Lanesville did last year, going 29-1.
Greg, I like this timeout. That was a timeout more than just needing it. She, under no circumstance, wanted Perry Central to get any run going, and so she immediately took a timeout for what she wanted to talk to her team, but she wanted to make sure that didn't continue on.
Magner on the inside out, the kick from Crozier, couldn't get it to go. Allen had inside position and puts it up and in.
That's a tough one. When you've got a veteran on you like that, what Perry Central's got to do, you've got to back into her and force that official to go, oh, there's contact, I got to make that call. You can't both be parallel or you're not going to get the call.
3 for Perry Central, couldn't make back-to-back, and Allen snares another rebound. Allen, the finisher of possessions for Lanesville.
She is.
And Perry really sagging on Allen in the post, and understandably so. That's going to be a double dribble. And Magner knew it immediately. So Sarah will check in, Magner will check out. And 6 have played so far for Lanesville, and for Perry, it's been their starting 5, and that's it, correct? They've not made a single sub.
They have not, and that's pretty much what they do until they have to. This is the 5 that plays.
Good ball movement by Perry. But again, not many teams have a player of Allen's size waiting in the post. Lanesville able to get the turnover and then avoid the repress, so to speak, by Perry Central.
Greg, there's no doubt that Allen is the absolute staple. I mean, she can do so many things and is really the thing that makes this offense go.
Again, she and Hadley Crozier will join a bevy of players from the last 2 years for Lanesville to play a college sport after their high school basketball days. That shot, no, but Allen is in position for the rebound, and now she got a double-double. She got 10 points. from 2 years ago. Lindsey Warner now playing at IU Southeast. Peyton Sonner pitching at Oakland City. As that jump shot is good in the lane. Bucket good by Taya Mullis.
Mullis averages 11. She's had that shot a few times. We talked about getting just under the elbow. They've done that a few times if they can continue to hit it.
Off of last year's Lanesville squad, Ellie Schneider playing collegiate softball at IU Southeast. Shane Davis playing tennis at Oakland City. It's been an amazing run that Lanesville has had these last few years, but especially the last three. Banked in.
Give her 4.
Well, you're supposed to save that for seniors, right? That's not a senior that did that. First non-senior basket of the game. Libby Sayre banks in a 3.
That's one of the toughest angles in basketball. Man, you got to kiss that glass just perfect.
Jump shot does not go. Crozier will try to beat the team down the floor. Realizes she can't, so she'll reverse course. Brumley,
Perfect
great
pass.
feed. Allen missed it. But we'll go hustle and track it down.
Brumley just absolutely perfect pass.
William Brumley knows how to play off her teammates after these last 3 years. Lanesville a 16-point lead. No need to be in a big hurry. I say that, and here comes a 3. The shot does not go.
I don't think she heard you. Don't think you want that shot right there. Don't have to have it. You get that shot anytime.
You're almost a layup time if you're Lanesville at this point.
That's what you would think.
And steps called.
Travel.
And again, the 2 players for Lanesville will go on and play, for Shelby at the NAI level, for Hadley at the Division II level. Those are clearly the difference makers.
Yeah.
Players turn, and it's like seeing a mountain when they see Shelby down low. It's, the speed of Crozier, while still rehabbing from a torn ACL, has been on display. Allen got fouled, and she'll shoot 2.
See, and there's a veteran play right there out of Crozier. She quite honestly had a jump shot, but she's seen her teammate who has just dominated down low, had a better shot, got her the ball.
Tonight's game is brought to us by TM Beckman Lawn Care, proudly serving Harrison and Floyd counties. Call and need them at 812-736-1241 or email beckmanlawncare@gmail.com. Shelby, a 56% free throw shooter.
I think overall, though, Lanesville's done a better job hitting the free throws tonight. You talked about free throws. I looked at that number and I thought, no, that's wrong. They shoot like as a team 52, but they still won 50 games.
Holding opponents 31 points will do that
That
for
will
you.
to give you that little bit of margin you need when you're not shooting free throws real well.
So the lead now, it's largest at 18. Again, when these 2 teams played last year, Lanesville won down in Perry County, 54-21. But frankly, this Perry team is a lot better. This Lanesville team is still kind of a work in progress, even on game number 19. Bit of weak side glass by Sayre. And now Lanesville's got numbers. Crozier, good find. Off the window, score it. The bucket is good for A.J. James.
Another assist for Crozier, Greg. That's what she does.
So James gets her first basket. She averages less than 2 points a game. Timeout called by Perry Central. It is a full timeout, but we will keep it right here. Let's thank our friends at Countryside Insurance. Countryside Insurance Agency, along with Lanesville grad Susan Wathen, proudly support the Lady Eagles. Serving Southern Indiana for 49 years, they offer auto, home, business, and life insurance. Voted best insurance agency and agent for the last 4 years. Call Countryside Insurance today at 812-945-9123. See how a local, experienced agency can protect your most valuable assets. Jan, how has Lanesville stretched this game?
Well, a place like that, Crozier has that ability to make good and then turn it into better by making those type of decisions. She had a good shot, but seen a better shot, and that's the sign of a mature team and one that's been to those signs up there and knows how to get things done.
So Lanesville now doubling up Perry Central, trying to pick up their 16th win of the season. The previous 2 years in those state championship runs, the Lady Eagles went 57-3.
Greg, talk a little bit about this different path, though, in 2A now. They go to sectional 46, so a lot of new in this upcoming run.
But what I'd say is this, is that the teams they are playing are the ones they are used to playing. Crawford County, Pekin Eastern, who for many years was a conference foe. Lanesville played them a couple of weeks ago and won by 18. Of the teams in that sectional, Crawford County gave Lanesville the closest game. That was back in December. That was actually the game you and I did last year, was Crawford County.
That's
here.
right, yeah.
Wolfpack lost that game down to Marengo by 12 back in December as Crozier tips that one away. Lanesville will start with Salem, and Salem made the 3A championship game 5 years ago. They're rebuilding a little bit now. In fact, their head coach back then, Jerry Hickey, now the head coach at Floyd Central, who came here and lost to Lanesville on January the 9th, even though the Highlanders are the favorite to win the 4A sectional. 15 for the first time in some time. Mullis. And Allen just stays big. And Crozier with the steal. Has Brumley streaking to her right. Finds her in stride.
Perfect
off the window,
pass.
score it.
Crozier at least 8 rebounds, at least.
So Brumley with 7. It's been a clinic for Lanesville so far.
Yeah, and just unselfish, 8 assists at least.
Three for Perry Central is good. Riley Parr gets it to go. Second made, 3.5 for the Commodores. So Parr gets her first field goal. See if the Lady Eagles hold for one shot or take the first available. The answer is the latter. That does not go. Allen going to be called for the foul, which will be her second. Had one earlier in the game as well. Just the second foul of the quarter against Lanesville.
You know, little fundamental things is the difference in ball clubs so many times. When you watch Lanesville defensively, the majority of the time they have their arms wide, they have their arms up, and it's all those small little fundamental things that separates them from different ball clubs.
Crozier splits the difference, lets the defender fly by, off the window, score it. Hadley's got 20. The lead is 21. Commodore is going to look from half court and is just short. And what was a 14-point lead at halftime is now 21, going to the fourth and final stanza. Tonight's game presented in part by our friends at Gunther's Chop Shop, serving Southern Indiana for over a decade. Gunther specializes in barbecue and pork chop sandwiches, but can handle a wide variety of catering for all your event needs. Gunther's Chop Shop is a proud sponsor of both the Lanesville Eagles and the South Central Rebels. Call today at 502-909-4477. Jan, if you're Coach Hinton and family, literally, husband and daughter on the bench with her, what do you want to see here in quarter number 4?
Don't take your foot off the gas, and clearly they haven't. They scored 9, 14, and 15. You want to get better every single quarter, and you want to really finish out not just senior night, but this home game and going into the rest of the season on a high note, and you cannot take your foot off the gas.
Want to thank our friends at Cochert Insurance as well. Cochert Insurance has 3 community locations to serve Southern Indiana, in Cord, New Albany, and in Lanesville. Cochert covers all your insurance needs, such as home, auto, business, and life insurance. Call Jason Simler at Cochert when you need him at 812-952-2514. A lot of the folks that you hear me thanking during the course of the broadcast, you see their signs in the gym. There are people that are so willing and able to support everything Lanesville when given the opportunity. Now my job, Jan, is to get you as the Grand Marshal of Lanesville Heritage Weekend's parade in September. I'll start working on that.
Have you been the Grand Marshal yet?
I have not, no.
Well, you're going to go long before I ever go.
They keep winning championships and
Listen,
knocking me down the pecking order.
And if you get to that, I'm coming.
All right.
I will be here.
You'll be pass out candy to the kids.
I will.
Lanesville's going to I wouldn't say four corner, but just try to make Perry Central come out of this zone trap. First time we've seen Perry kind of go away from man-to-man.
And we talked about playing smart, and this is where it really comes into play right here.
Foul going to be called. So I think they're going to get Allen on the low block for a illegal screen, which is her third. So first player in any bit of foul trouble tonight comes with 7:33 left to go in the game. Lanesville back to the 2-3. Crozier again in the lane, off the window, score it. Now you're seeing those live ball turnovers start to happen.
Well, she doesn't just steal it, but she knows how to finish. Really uses her body and just knows how to finish. What a game she's had.
So second layup in the last few moments for Hadley, sitting on 22 points. Brumley got in the passing lane. Allen forces the jump ball. And the arrow will keep it here. And Lanesville play on Friday against Scottsburg to wrap up the regular season.
Another steal.
Crozier again has Brumley.
Another assist.
The pocket pass, lay it up and in. So Brumley now with 9, and Lanesville 1 point away from having all their big three in double figures here on senior night.
Crozier's got to be at least a double-double too in assist and scoring.
Crozier goes flying. Shot taken and missed by Perry Central. Well, for Perry, I think this is one you frankly don't dwell on this one very long. You put all your attention on next week.
Tough assignment. Come in senior night, playing a team that really knows how to win.
Crozier for 3, no. But Brumley will track it down. She'll fire from 17. And there's that third double-digit score for the Lady Eagles. Again, the 3 seniors have combined now for 45 of the Lanesville 50.
And that's how Lanesville has to play. As they progress, that type of scoring out of these seniors is going to happen.
Jump ball will be called, and the arrow will point the way of the Eagles. Lanesville sectional at Crawford County is an 8-team sectional, and we will see more of those, especially at the 1A level. That is a 7-team group that Lanesville has kind of dropped into, and being in 2A and one sport. Lanesville trying to join what their baseball team did a handful of years ago, and that is win a 2A sectional after being bumped up a class through the success factor. Allen on the take, and it'll be a blocking foul. See if it's on the way up, or they'll give 2 shots, and the answer is 2 shots.
Greg, I know you talked about this in the selection show, but how do you see this Forest Park sectional for Perry Central?
I think North Posey is the team. If Perry can get them, they've got an opportunity. Let's thank our presenting sponsor for tonight's game. You see their logo on the screen once and now about to be twice. That's First Harrison Bank. Let First Harrison Bank introduce you to Banking Butler, your ultimate digital banking companion. Whether you're at home or on the go, our Banking Butler makes managing your finances easy. Keep it easy, keep it local. Member FDIC. Allen makes 1 of 2.
Well, that would be big for Perry Central. They haven't won a sectional, I think, since 2001.
That is correct.
And so that could be huge. Just the fact they're being talked about, what a distance they've come.
And of course, the team that is on Lanesville's radar, is on everybody's radar, really in 2A, but especially in the southern half of the bracket, is South Knox. South Knox has lost twice, both of those coming at the Hall of Fame Classic in Newcastle. In the Sagarin ratings, South Knox, I think, is 7 this week. Ella Bobe going to play at Southern Indiana next year. Frankly, she's up for the Indiana All-Star team, just like Hadley Crozier is. That was the second foul whistle against Lanesville. That was touched by Crozier. It'll stay Perry Central basketball. Well, this score looks a lot like last year's score between these two teams, but I can tell you Perry is a better team. Just maybe pick the wrong night to run of the Eagles, not just senior night, but after you lose that emotional game to Borden. That is off the hands of a Perry player.
Yeah, timing in this situation has a lot to do with this. And quite honestly, Lanesville has not made very many mistakes.
No.
They've really not given Perry Central very many avenues to take advantage of mistakes. They haven't made very many.
And back to a man-to-man for Perry. You don't have much choice with less than 5 to play it. Trailing by 28. Ball tipped. We'll keep it here. Off the hands of Selena Peter. If you're just joining us, Lanesville played 4 minutes of basketball on Saturday. They played Borden in this building in front of 1,500 fans on December the 12th. Allen turns down the shot.
See, that's good discipline. That's what we talked about all game. Wasn't there, they kick it back out.
Allen turns, powers through, and scores. Shelby Allen with 15, and the lead is 30 for Lanesville. And we haven't felt this throughout the course of the game, but we may be approaching running clock territory here in the near future. Good turn. Just missed the shot, but rebound and a foul against Allen.
But you seen on that sequence of plays that there was a double team at every held ball by Perry Central. So if you hold the ball, Lanesville really doubles you all the time.
Labhart will go to the free throw line. That is the fourth foul on Shelby Allen. Let's see if she is subbed out. He simply rolled the dice with a 30-point lead with 4 minutes left to go. Tonight's game presented in part by Mainstream Fiber. Mainstream continues to expand throughout southern Indiana and Harrison County. Lanesville, you can sign up now for a direct connection to fast, reliable fiber internet. No slowdowns at peak times. Visit msfiber.net and get the internet you deserve.
Shelby Allen may not be done, but she certainly has not been disappointing, Greg. She's clearly one of the huge staples of this offense and defense.
Yeah, I would imagine on senior night she's going to get at least one more run, and then maybe you kind of get a curtain call. Labhart now with 11 as she makes both free throws. Obviously a much smaller Lanesville lineup on the floor, but it's a 28-point game with 3:45 to go. Crozier from 14. One of the few misses she's had tonight. Runner is good.
Well, that's a pretty shot.
Labhart with 13. Well, obviously, from a decision standpoint, this one is in the past tense column, but Perry Central a chance to kind of get a little momentum going into the postseason. That'll be a foul. That'll go against Mullis. This win for Angie will be her 342nd in her 19 years of coaching.
She's had an amazing record, Greg.
Crozier for three.
And that's a senior night that she will not soon forget. She absolutely, Greg, has put on a show tonight in all facets. Assists, pressure, scoring, everything.
Good high-low, and the shot is good. Give the bucket to Yeager, and I'm impressed by the fact that Perry Central is still competing.
You have to. Listen, there's a bigger prize ahead, and this is, you're not going to win this one, but you got to still continue to work toward getting better.
Magner makes a three. All 6 players now for Lanesville that have played tonight have scored. Magner averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds a game. Wing three is good.
Good shot.
Well, all of a sudden it's turning into open gym in here. And a 30-second timeout going to be called by Angie Hinton. And we will keep it here. Labhart now with 16. Our presenting sponsor for tonight's game, First Harrison Bank. Let First Harrison Bank introduce you to Banking Butler, your ultimate digital banking companion. Whether you're at home or on the go, our Banking Butler makes managing your finances easy. Keep it easy, keep it local. Member FDIC.
Greg, I got to tell you, I've gotten to do a whole lot of fun things in my career announcing. This is right up there. This has been a lot of fun coming down here and getting to see you back your seat. I got to tell everybody, I am disappointed. I took Greg to his senior locker, and he couldn't remember the combination. Now, that was disappointing.
A, it's been 31 years. B, they have changed the lockers since then. Even if the building that was built in 1966 that houses that part of the high school is still in fantastic shape. Yeah, I'm lucky enough. The first 2 events in this building in May of '94 are high school senior night and graduation.
That's pretty cool. A lot of fun tonight. This has been a blast.
I still call this the new gym. It's 31 years old. On the drive, Sayre. 3 on the wing, does not go. So Crozier is sitting down. At this point, you would assume she's done for the night.
I think that Lanesville also has to be kind of pleased. There are 3 numbers up a little bit tonight, and they may need that for it's all said and done.
No, offensively, this is about as well as they have played. They'll go a little bit deeper to the bench. Will Lanesville coming up in a matter of moments. And Perry Central will finally start to unload on the bench as well. This is similar, that is getting some run here. And a timeout taken just to get some substitutions in. And that kind of gives Brumley the curtain call moment for Lanesville as well. I want to thank our friends at Blocker Concrete, your local flatwork specialist. Call Mike at 502-333-5233 or email blockerconcrete@gmail.com. Cheyenne Gunn is in there for Lanesville, 5'9" sophomore. And even with Lanesville's great success, their overall numbers are not tremendous in terms of players out for the team. They played just a 2-quarter JV game before this one. And frankly, the players you are seeing now, a couple of them played in those 2 quarters of that game. Going to be a jump ball, and the arrow will point the way of Perry Central. Tonight's game presented in part by TM Beckman Lawn Care, proudly serving Harrison and Floyd counties. Call you need them at 812-736-1241 or email beckmanlawncare@gmail.com. For Perry, Emily LeWallet in there for the first time. Aubrey Elmer in there for the first time as well for Perry. And their JV team won that 2-quarter game earlier. Shot blocked. Fight for the loose ball. It was touched last by Lanesville. Thing on the baseline, that was Elena Romeo, one of the 5 freshmen on the roster for the Eagles. And now Allie Campbell will check in, a junior. See Allie wearing a significant knee brace. She lost all of last year due to a knee injury. And you see her back out there.
You talk about that loss to Borden, that allowed them to win the conference, or should win the conference, right?
Correct. No, that's frankly the reason they picked the game back up, because that was for a conference championship.
So Lanesville will finish second in the conference.
Which you haven't said that in 7 years.
Long time.
And a streak of 34 consecutive Southern Athletic Conference wins for Lanesville. Angie Ann's going to elect to put her 3 seniors back in to then literally pull them back from the game. As this free throw is up and good. I want to thank our friends at Countryside Insurance Agency, along with Lanesville graduate Susan Wathen, proudly supporting the Lady Eagle, serving Southern Indiana for 49 years. They offer auto, home, business, and life insurance. Voted best insurance agency and agent for the last 4 years. Call Countryside Insurance at 812-945-9123 to see how a local experience agency can protect your most valuable assets. And they can't check back in. They have to have at least ball. Right. Basically, I think you're going to walk the ball to half court, take a timeout. Yep, just to give you the curtain call. And that's exactly what this is. This is to give everybody en masse one kind of send-off and give this community a chance to thank them for what they have meant each of the last 4 years.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. They really did a great job. Boy, look at the wall. Look what they've done. And they played like seniors are supposed to play tonight. Go out with a bang for sure.
So one more game to finish out the regular season for Lanesville. Perry Central will finish the regular season at 12-8. And Salem up next for Lanesville on Wednesday night in terms of Crawford County. And that is all for this one. Lanesville wins going away 59-34. On senior night, Hadley Crozier 25, Shelby Allen 15, Hilton Brumley 11. Jan, your thoughts on this one?
Listen, Lanesville did not disappoint. You never take for granted. Perry Central came in here a much better ball club, but Lanesville came and played Lanesville basketball. Really, I thought played really well tonight, Greg.
Let's thank the following sponsors that made it possible. First, our presenting sponsor, First Harrison Bank. Keep it easy, keep it local. Member FDIC. By TM Beckman Lawn Care, proudly serving Harrison and Floyd counties. By Blocker Concrete, your local flat work specialist. By Countryside Insurance, serving Southern Indiana for 49 years. By Gunther's Chop Shop, weddings, parties, anniversaries, and more. By Cokert Insurance, locally owned since 1961. By Mainstream Fiber, visit msfiber.net and get the internet you deserve. And by PSC Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Jan, thanks for making the trip.
It's a pleasure. Congratulations to you. I know this was a lot of fun for you. Great to spend some time with your mom down there, too.
And we got about 2 more hours on the way home before I help the boys tear down. On that note, we will exit stage left, and for some of us, we'll head north. From wherever you may have been watching from tonight, we greatly appreciate you being with us. It's great for me to bring you this slice of my hometown to you on the ISC Sports Network. Final score from Lanesville, Eagles 59 and Commodores 34. Thanks for joining us on ISC.